everyone, welcome back to the channel. Quick video. Once again, I've got the beautiful four-wheel drive, no traction, check engine light. And this time it does have a code for the oxygen sensor bank 1, sensor 2, which is if you take your passenger wheel off, it's right back here. You can see it there. Goes down right there. But the hardest part so far has been getting this clip undone. And if you can get this clip out of the manifold, great, because it drops down, it's going to give you a little more room. But otherwise, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get two hands through this little hole right here, get up there, and then you're going to put your finger right here and push down hard on that little tab right there. You can see right there, right at the end of my finger. You got to push hard on that, get your other hand and pull that way, and it will get your oxygen sensor cable loose. Now we got to try to get the actual sensor loose from the bottom. And what we're going to do, so we got the car jacked up. You can see front wheel off and squeeze under here, and right here behind your oil pan, you'll be able to see it right there. And now we're going to put a 22 millimeter socket over that, go it all the way up, and try to break it loose. And I'll do that right now, and hopefully I'll be back and it will be loose. Well, folks, we're going to call this a win. Here is the old oxygen sensor, and you can see what it looks like. And I was finally able to break it free using the oxygen sensor sprocket on a Harbor Freight 13-inch breaker bar. But what really took it was I took a ton of heat to it. I mean a ton of map heat. Bought this map kit and from Menards. You can get the same thing from Lowe's, Home Depot. Menards was a few dollars cheaper, plus you get a couple extra bucks back in the 11%. But I took a ton of heat on that. Couldn't break it. Sprayed it with some penetrating oil, and took a break to go watch the basketball game. Came back out, tried again, still couldn't move it. Felt like I was probably almost at the end of it, because you can see here it was marring up some of the nut there, and it just was not going to go. And I was going to give it one. I was just going to give up and pay somebody to do it, but I just decided, all right, let's give it one more shot. I got a little bit different angle. I was coming from this direction and pulling this way. Said I came from this direction, my body, and, you know, still pulling the same way. Just gave it a ton of heat. I mean, a ton. And I mean, I must have held the heat on there for at least the last time 2-3 minutes maybe. And it was getting red, but not too red. And I went back to the breaker bar with the oxygen sensor socket, pulled with everything I could, and I heard a crack. And I felt a little bit of movement. And then I went back to the 22-inch, slid this over the thing, moved it. Finally, I could see it was moving, but it didn't want to spin because of the wire. Let it cool down, and I was able to just hand untighten the rest of the way. But now, what I'm going to do is, this is like $9. Run this thread chaser through there, make sure the threads are nice. And then we'll put the new sensor on, which, here it is. You can see it's got the cap still on there, but, you know, you can see even through the cap, it's silver. This thing is black. So we'll see what happens. So I put the thread chaser in, you can see it right there. Took a little bit to screw it in. The one side is way too small. This side, the other side, the bigger side was what I needed. Took a long time to get it to start to go in there, but then it screwed in really nicely, and now it feels like it went right through the bottom of the threads, and it's like just sitting in there. Now I gotta try and back it out. But I think the threads are still good, and we'll move on to pulling this back out. I just hand screwed it in there, and I'll try to get the oxygen sensor in and see what happens. All right, so this was almost an absolute disaster. This, I had AutoZone, was in the spot for oxygen sensor chaser, but after I got it in, I noticed it was actually the spark plug one. It was in the spot for there next to, under the spot that said, that was my bad, I guess. It was almost a disaster. I thought this was going to go in and not come out, but luckily, just wiggling it, hand back and forth, it unscrewed. So maybe this is the same, end up being the same as it was. But anyways, as you can see, it is now in there. I took the cap off of it. Remember to take the cap off. And it's hand tightened down. Need to tighten it with, I believe, like a half a turn past where it gets tight with the wrench. And then plug it in, and we'll put the tire on, and we'll take it for a drive and see if it clears the codes on its own. If it doesn't, I'll show you my $35 Walmart scanner, which we might have to end up clearing the codes with that. So I'm going to tighten that down now, and we'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know. All right, moment of truth. Tires on, old sensors out, new sensors in. We'll see if it closed out the lights on startup. If not, we'll probably have to manually do it with my OBD2 reader. So here we go. And those lights are still on, just like I thought. So we're going to drive around for a little bit. We're going to go to the store. We'll see if they go off manually. If not, when I get back, I will turn them off with, or clear it with my things. With my OBD2, so stay tuned. Okay, so I took a little drive, and the codes did not clear. So what I'm going to do now is hook up my OBD El Cheapo Chinese one from Walmart, like 30 bucks. The port's down here. Make sure I'm going in right. Slides on there. And see, it immediately turns on because there's already power going to that. And we'll just have a discussion here for a second. You can see might have to turn the vehicle on. Edit this out. If it doesn't turn on, we'll start over. Yeah, see, verify ignition is on. We'll put it in accessories. We'll go to on. And, okay. And codes found 2. So we got this one, p1036, bank 1, sensor 2, which is what we just, and then here's another one, 0136, bank 1, sensor 2. So they're basically the same codes. Now we're gonna See if I can get back out of here. Exit. Now, you can see the lights are still on. I'm going to try to clear those codes. And look, our codes are gone. That simple. We don't have any issues right now. We'll see in a couple days, but I think we're all good. And the Red Wings love to come on right when I'm talking. See, I'm not sure how to get rid of that permanent code. Go down here, my car. Not supported apparently by this. Now we're in, we got the accessories on. We'll try it again. Erase done. See, it's a little bit different. Let's go back. No codes. So there you go. We figured out how to clear it. And we've already cleared it from there. So that's how you do it. So I hope that helped. And I hope you guys don't have the issues that I had to. And let me turn this off so it's not beeping. That's a terrible video. I apologize for that. But looking back, thoughts on this. Mistakes made. Well, one, the thread chaser, make sure it's not a spark plug one, because that could have been a disaster. Thanks, AutoZone, for that mix up. Maybe you should put stuff back where it's supposed to be, and I should have looked closer. That's my mistake. But it still worked. If your car is more than 5 years old and has more than 100,000 miles, you're probably going to need to change those, so just go ahead and do it. And if it was me, just get it some kind of propane. You don't have to go with MAP like I did, gas like I did, but just at least get a propane torch. Heat that thing up before you start working on it, because I spent 3 days trying to get that off with just penetrating oil, and it was never coming off of there. I mean, this car is 12 years old, 160,000 miles. The only thing that helped was a plasma burst from the sun to get that thing before it finally made a cracking noise, and then it just came out right by hand. So it can be done. You know, I'm sure we're going to have to do the other one soon if we can even find it. Does anyone on the internet know where Bank 1's sensor 1 is? Nobody ever has a video of that. So, but that's Bank 1 sensor 2. I hope it helped. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.